Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Just when you think that Kari Lake can't outdo herself, well, she outdoes herself. I don't know about you guys, but this Arizona gubernatorial election has just been a hoot. I mean, nothing but pure content. Of course, it's no surprise considering Kari Lake is exactly that, pure content. Pretty much every single time she does an interview, every single time she's challenged by the press, it's another viral moment. It's been incredible to watch her meteoric rise in the political world. But honestly, the part that I'm liking the most is just how savage Kari Lake is, how unapologetically savage she is. She's not playing the typical establishment politician game, wearing a pantsuit and going on these rehearsed, boring political monologues. She's hitting hard, and frankly, she's hitting home run after home run. She's not holding anything back, and it makes me hopeful for the future of conservatism. No longer is conservatism viewed as old, white, crusty, boring men. It's become more relatable, a little bit more punk rock, a little bit more anti-establishment, and it's moments like these which people think are unprofessional or stupid stunts, below what is expected of people elected to public office. I mean, all the same pearl-clutching crap. It's moments like these that make me hopeful for the future. Let me show you guys exactly what I mean by that, as Kari Lake continues to absolutely embarrass Katie Hobbs. And then let's take a look at the most recent poll coming out of Arizona. Let's just say, all the people pearl-clutching about Kari Lake's electability problem don't know what the hell they're talking about. We've got some stuff to get into, folks. So let's roll the tape. Alright friends, Kari Lake strikes again, seemingly taking a cue from Donald Trump's campaign, using the power of humor, the power of jokes, the power of memes to make political points. Take a look at what happened at Kari Lake's most recent campaign event.
We do have an unexpected guest with us tonight, and so it comes to a shock to everyone, but I would like to extend an opportunity for them to come on stage. Please give a warm welcome to Secretary of State Katie Hobbs.
And now look, I know it's stupid. I know it's dumb. That's the point. That's what makes it funny, and that's what makes it stick in your brain. You know, Kari Lake could have stood on that stage and stood behind a podium and gone on and on about how Katie Hobbs refuses to debate me. She refuses to defend her stances and her track record. It's an absolute outrage that Katie Hobbs won't be transparent or stand up to scrutiny in front of voters. Blah, blah, blah. You know, we get it. She could do that. Or she could hire a chicken mascot to play as an effigy of Katie Hobbs as a metaphor, which makes the point without having to say a single thing. And you know what? I'm here for it, and I love it. I love this new style of politics. It's more relatable. It's more normal. Enough with the empty suit, fake politicians, and in with real people saying real things and mirroring the sentiments that people are feeling. I truly think this is a superpower. I mean, you guys know how I feel about memes. You guys know how I feel about Donald Trump's campaigns. I mean, some of his campaign ads were just beyond stellar. I think this stuff works. I think it's potent. And the most powerful element of it is the virality. Once again, if Kari Lake just took to the stage and just had a rehearsed statement and that's it and then walked off, do you think that'd get as many views as her bringing a chicken mascot out onto the stage to make fun of the fact that Katie Hobbs is a complete coward who refuses to debate her and refuses to face Arizona voters? Not even close. Kari Lake's campaign posted a bunch of videos from this campaign event, which she actually did with Tulsi Gabbard, and guess what was the most viewed video out of everything that she posted? The chicken! It's genius, folks. It's absolutely genius. It's the power of memes, folks, and it's not to be underestimated. And it's honestly probably one of the best ways that Kari Lake could be taking advantage of her opponent right now. Katie Hobbs is looking weak, and when your opponent shows weakness and lets their guard down, it's time to strike. And that's exactly what Kari Lake is doing here. She's hitting hard, while Katie Hobbs is frankly doing nothing. I mean, at this point, it's almost as if she's just trying to throw the election. It's almost as if Katie Hobbs doesn't even have the intention of winning at this point. I mean, it's just kind of weird. She's just running away from challenge, running away from questions that voters have, and essentially handing over the election to Kari Lake. I mean, that's what it looks like here. It's a complete disaster. I mean, even Democrats are criticizing Katie Hobbs and her refusal to debate, her refusal to take on Kari Lake, which they view as such an extremist threat. I mean, you would think that if Kari Lake is such a threat to democracy, that Katie Hobbs would be doing everything in her power to take her down, but instead she continues to run away, and she continues to deny the fact that she's clearly scared and avoiding a debate here.
Last question here, circling back around. This is not a debate. Unfortunately, it's not a debate. Your opponent has called you a coward for not debating. Let's wrap this up with your response to her claims that you are simply afraid to face her one-on-one.
I'm not afraid to face Kari Lake.
I'm not afraid to face Kari Lake, while she cowardly refuses to face Kari Lake in a debate. Even the individual interviewing her says this is not a debate, almost alluding to the fact, trying to hint at her a little bit, that what she's doing is a serious mistake. It's not going to end well for little scared Katie Hobbs, and we know that because Kari Lake is taking this race and running with it. And this most recent poll is the worst for Democrats yet. Exclusive poll from the Daily Wire. Kari Lake in lead for Arizona governor. Masters trails Kelly by 1 point for Senate. Republicans are close to holding Arizona's governor's seat and potentially flipping a U.S. Senate seat, according to a new Trafalgar Group / Daily Wire poll. Republican gubernatorial candidate Kari Lake is ahead of her Democrat opponent, Arizona Secretary of State Katie Hobbs, with a lead just inside the poll's 2.9% margin of error, 49.2% to 46.4%. Kari Lake holds on to a 2.8 or roughly 3% lead over Katie Hobbs. Republican Blake Masters is at 46.4%, running close behind incumbent Democrat Mark Kelly at 47.4%. That's probably the craziest thing about this whole Katie Hobbs situation. She's been such a disaster during this election that it seems as though her poor campaigning and her cowardice is having a ripple effect that's now affecting Mark Kelly. This is exactly what I've been saying, that the more Kari Lake continues to thrive and continues to run away with this election, well, the better it's going to be for Blake Masters. He's now within 1 point of Mark Kelly. From my perspective, that means Blake Masters is either going to be extremely close in the end here, or he's probably going to take it. Katie Hobbs is not only sabotaging her own campaign, she seems to be sabotaging the Democrat Party of Arizona as a whole, possibly even going to take Mark Kelly down with her. But at the end of the day, I don't think the narrative here is that Katie Hobbs is taking down the Democrats. I think the narrative is and should be that Kari Lake is taking down the Democrats. She continues to prove why she is a force to be dealt with, and she continues to prove that all of the people going on about electability and extremism and ultra MAGA candidates are going to destroy the Republican Party. She continues to prove all of those people wrong, because the difference here is very simple. Kari Lake is clearly a candidate for the people. She's unapologetic, she's real, she's authentic, she's relatable, she's funny, she's smart, she's witty, she's savage. And this idea that you can't hold stances that go against the mainstream media orthodoxy and that you can't use humor and memes to get elected is completely ridiculous. I mean, utterly ridiculous. To be completely honest with you guys, that narrative died a long time ago. It died with Jeb Bush's failed campaign in 2015, and clearly the new face of the Republican Party is just a little bit punk rock, and that's not a bad thing. A little bit of anti-establishment counterculture flair is a good thing. It's going to translate to doing better with the youth vote, and while some people are in denial about it, it's like I always say once again, you can't deny reality. It's the future of the Republican Party. Actually, a great example is Ted Cruz, for for instance. He started off more like a Jeb Bush-style Republican, and over the years, he's become a Twitter troll and used his witty humor to gain favor, and to be honest, it's been pretty good for him. And now, to be honest with you guys, I kind of forgot where I was going with this or what I was saying just earlier, but you guys get the point here. This is the evolution of modern conservatism. It cannot be stopped. Neocons, get out of the way. This is the evolution of the Republican Party, and it's going to lead to something absolutely epic, something based. That's what I got for you guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, possibly subscribe to the channel if you guys are up for it. I'm gonna get back to work. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.